Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Studio Rats Live Q&A number 151. My name's James Ivy.
I'm Paulie Drew.
And this is not a sign, I
Not
promise, with the fact that we've hit the bottle early. It's been a very long day of, very long for you because you're up at 5, weren't you, to get here?
Oh, I might not, especially after a couple of G&Ts. I might not
Make it through the night?
I might not make it through the night, but we'll see. I might just sort of nod off like an old man in the corner.
You've got the comfy chair, so you're
It's,
all
it's
right.
comfy. It's nice. It's nice.
You are all very welcome to our
yes.
Alcoholics Anonymous gathering this evening. That's not meant to be insulting to anyone who has issues with alcohol, so I'm sorry about that.
No ice.
Sorry, no, I wasn't carrying that from the house. I haven't got the fridge here yet. I'm working on it. You are all very welcome to our weekly dust up on the interwebs. There's a few people in already. That's great. Nice to see all the early comers, as it were.
I guess any time that's a good thing.
Yes. We've had a very busy day, but it's tradition for me to say, Mr. Drew, this week, what have Yao been up to?
Well, the studio builder started.
Hooray!
Which is good. I think it's good. There's been a couple of things with the builders which made me question a couple of things.
Right, like sanity?
Yeah, it's that. Yeah, just having builders in is never a good thing. Although they're nice guys, but a door frame's been built, and I'm like, I'm not happy with that. I think my
your expectations were high.
Well, I think they should be though, shouldn't they?
Yes.
And the thing is, I'm like the nicest bloke in the world.
So they get it wrong?
No. I don't even mind. I always feel like, oh, I don't want to complain.
No. And
you have a chat with them. I'm like the nicest bloke in the world until they get, like they say something bad or they do something bad, and then I'm just like, that's it. And then, but no, so it's all good. They're really, really nice guys. Mm-hmm. We got them around to do some decorating in the lounge, and they did a fantastic job of that. So I'm expecting big things and good things, and they seem very good. And I'm going to be filming it and stuff. So it's all good. What about yourself? We've done something today as well.
We've been very big. We'll come on to today. Okay. This week, last week was a bit of a non-starter because I did recorded a gig.
Oh,
hence the reason for me not being around last Wednesday.
This is weird. I feel like I'm so used to hearing it through speakers.
It's weird actually talking to a person next to you.
I don't like it.
Yeah, go on your end of the internet. Paul's internet is still broken, by the way, and that's not the reason he's here. We've been plotting the domination of the world today. I recorded a gig last week. That was great fun. 4 bands in one night.
Where was that?
At a music bar in Oxford.
Oh,
called the Bullenden in Oxford.
Right.
Good venue, great sound engineer, really useful guide for us and stuff.
There is one.
Yes, there is one. A really good sound engineer. He and I got on very, very well. I just said, well, I'm going to put expensive mics up and we'll plug into your desk and we'll record everything. And he went, okay.
Nice.
Great fun. So that came out really well. They didn't want to mix it, which was even better. I just said, here you go. Have 10 gigs worth of stuff.
So it's that sort of thing. It's the sort of band that wants the files so they can mix. Do you know what? That's such a good thing because you'd end up mixing it. They wouldn't be happy because so give them the files, let them do what they want.
And that was always the deal, which is great. So great band as well. In fact, four really good acts.
Good.
Good fun to work with. Really nice people and no divas, which is always nice.
What you got on today?
And then, to be honest, a bit recovery and sorting everything out and trying to get. I've got the next stage of my build happening at the end of this month.
Right.
So everything past that door will be complete.
Thank God for that.
Yeah. So there'll be a WC and a kitchen.
WC.
Yes.
It's
annoying, that isn't it?
It is annoying. There we go.
The wonder of M1. And then we've been playing today. I've been doing some videos for Antelope and all the normal stuff, and we've been playing today.
So we've been doing the next instalment of the Tonex pack.
The next Tonex pack.
Which
is very exciting.
It takes ages.
It really does.
Ages.
But interesting news. I will show the masses this now.
What?
The new amp.
I think you should because it's really good. Go and get
Do
that.
hold.
I'll have a little. She'll answer some questions while you're doing that.
No, it will take me a second.
He can't stand it unless he's the centre of attention.
So for anyone who was interested, just in case, this bad boy, the Dr. Z M12, is sold.
That's been profiled.
So you can't have that.
So we profiled that. Sorry, it's not a profile. It's a capture.
It's a capture. However, the latest beast to enter the studio is this bad boy.
Look at this. If anyone knows that this is a Buddha super drive. Now, the good thing about the super drives, or the things that I've always liked about the super drives, and we mentioned this in the video, it's really well built. Actually, it's really
incredibly well built. Don't pull that one off because I quite literally pulled it up. But I've just noticed there's a grub screw. There's a grub screw.
You the grub screw.
Yeah.
So Joe Bonamassa used to use these.
Stupidly
wow,
heavy.
That is heavy, isn't it?
For a 20-watt amp, it's really heavy.
I want to see how old it is because it's still a USA one.
Yeah.
But apparently, what happened with Buddha was that it was bought by Peavey.
Oh, that's never a good thing.
Well, hold on. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But at a certain time, so depending on how old it is, but this is still a USA one, so I'm guessing. Yeah. I mean, it's a really good sounding.
It's quite dark sounding, I think.
Oh, that was glassy.
Really?
Yeah, isn't it just like the complete opposite
I think,
of each other? I think it's fantastic.
It's a really nice sounding. I'm torn whether it stays or goes.
I think you're mental if you sell that.
Really?
So. Well, maybe I'll take it then. I think it sounded that good. But anyway, yeah, you can pick these up.
This one was your laptop.
Yeah.
This one was not that. It was fairly inexpensive for a.
I think for a boutique amp,
yeah,
you could pick them up for about 500 quid.
Yeah.
Which I think that is an absolute bargain for that.
Yes, it's a really nice sounding amp. It didn't. I'm glad we've captured it.
Yeah.
But it's not a one-trick pony, but it does make one noise that we both dialed in and went.
I think it makes two noises.
Yeah, two.
I think it makes two noises, and
both are really good.
So we captured that, and because it's 6v6, we captured that, and we also captured the bassman, James' new bassman. I way preferred that. I way preferred the Buddha. Way preferred the Buddha.
Really? So I like that bassman. It does a really nice thing.
It's not as articulate. But anyway, let's get into some.
Anywho, let's dive in. I'll drive. You read.
I'm just going to drink.
Yeah, you read.
Ned says, "Oh yeah, seems the internet is fixed. Looking forward to tonight." Oh, good. Cheers, mate.
It has to be said your internet isn't fixed, is it?
BT OpenReach, who are the people that if you don't live in the UK, the people that deal with our fibre installations and stuff, absolute nightmare. So what they did was that there's a wire that goes to my house, the fibre goes to my house, and then what they decided to do was to fill in a hole and just push the wire, just basically bury the wire down so you can't pull it out. So absolute bunch of idiots.
A bunch of blends.
Proper bunch of blends.
Al's in the house.
Al says, "Even guys, hope all is well. What's the goss? We're going through it all.
Get to it. We will get to it." Keith's in the house. Keith, when are we restarting work on this album?
There we go.
Because it's been awesome up to now. The work that I've done with you.
Yeah, Keith's a great guitar player. Keith says, "Hey everyone, hope you're all having a good week." And you, Keith.
Mr. Abrams in the house.
Lee Abraham says, "Evening. I'm in the field in the middle of the New Forest with no signal. Like to be just dipping in and out. Where are you, mate? Are you anywhere? Well, you're not near me at the moment, but are you anywhere near the Brocken of Hurst?" Dan says, "Good evening. Rats, 27 degrees C and sunny here in central North Carolina." It's always sunny there. It wasn't a couple of weeks ago, but it's always, isn't it?
Yes, very nice.
Centre for Wheelchair Pillow says, "Hey guys, welcome back. Have a drink for me on my 50th. Nice one. Congratulations.
Cheers."
Funky Bass, evening rodents, evening funky. Brent, evening gents, evening Brent. Al says, "Just poured a JD, so it looks like we're all ready for a sesh." Yeah, it's Wednesday. I don't normally drink on a Wednesday.
I might have one.
Do you know?
For this, but tonight because Paul's staying, we're doing more of this tomorrow.
I'm starting to nod off now.
You absolute wuss.
No,
we
I
might-
was up at 5.
Yeah, I was up at 5:30.
Yeah, but it's different.
Have
for you.
children, small children.
It's different for you. Chris Williams says, evening all evenings, Chris. Mark, hello guys. Hello, Mark.
There we go.
Maestro 1, evening all. Hope everyone's well. And to you, mate. Shep, evening on Paul's on the wrong side. Personally, I think it's the right side. It's funny because we are actually on the opposite side.
But yeah, to me, we're on the same side because because of the
James is actually on this side.
Yeah,
James is actually on this side.
Yeah, yes, it's bizarre.
Everything's going the wrong way.
We're Deck and Ant, not Ant and Deck.
Exactly. Nectarius says Man City versus Real. What you got? To be honest, mate.
Man City versus Real. I read that as.
Yeah, it's Real though, isn't it?
I know it is. Is that football?
I think it's something to do with men in shorts.
Sorry, Nectarius. I think you might have the wrong two guys for that.
You might have. Sorry, mate. Brent says, got a rat pedal coming in the mail. First non-clone. Nice one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I like rats.
Studio and otherwise.
No, yeah, but I like a rat. Yes, I've got a few. One that my favourite one that I really like is the jam pedals one. The jam pedals there, the one in the little gimp suit.
The multi-rat.
No, it's not called a multi-rat. No,
I thought.
No, that's JHS, mate.
Oh, okay.
Make that. I can't remember what it's called now, but it's brilliant.
That one.
It's really good. Jeff Cook says, greetings from the rather cool Brisbane. You see, this is where it's good because now it's changing round.
They're hitting their winter.
Yeah, you're hitting your winter and we're now hitting our summer. So,
yes.
Where I was jealous of you in our, back in October, November, now I'm just...
I'm just
feeling happy.
He's wearing a tracksuit. I'm not sure about that.
He's wearing a tracksuit.
No, but it says,
he's wearing a tracksuit. What's that?
It's 5 a.m. and I'm wearing a tracksuit.
He's wearing a tracksuit. Could be mistaken for Rick Graham unless I start playing the guitar. I hope you're all extremely well. And to you.
It's all good. It's all good.
Andy Clark, evening, guys. Hope you're enjoying the drinks. Why is it drinks?
Drinks? Drinks, plural, perhaps.
Maybe. Marlon says, Epiphone versus PRS SE. Who makes the affordable guitar?
Well, you say that. Affordable. I think the SEs have still got it, haven't they?
I think
they're
I would
great.
rather,
they are great guitars.
I'd rather have an SE than an Epiphone.
Yeah, as much as an Epiphone.
I need some glasses. Just give me 2 sets.
My first guitar, which is still on the wall over there, my Epiphone Sheraton, is a very, very playable guitar. But there are those who have, played the SE Silver Sky.
Yeah.
Which is an amazing guitar.
Yeah.
Has to be said, though, the SEs are not cheap guitars. Some of those are still 4 figures.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But you can pick up...
You're well out of shot, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. But you can pick up, sometimes when they get a colour that doesn't sell very well, especially with the SEs, you can pick them up like 500 quid.
Now, this could be fun because we are joined by greatness.
There
he is.
Mr. Abraham.
How are we doing? Is it working?
It is
just about. You are.
It looks like home.
You're a bit glitchy, but you are there.
I'm always glitchy. Don't worry about it.
Where are you? Whereabouts in the forest are you?
So we're down near Ringwood, down at one of our favourite campsite places, and we're staying in a little shepherd's hut, which you can see behind me.
Nice.
Lovely job. Look at that.
Yeah, so we just come down here for a few days. Yeah, I just wanted to come on and say, Tonex for the win. Tonex for the absolute win.
So let me tell the story. So Lee finally decided to stick his hands in his pocket
and buy something not Chinese.
And buy it probably is. Well,
I know it is
made in China. But to buy something that costs over 30 quid. And he's bought a Tonex. And what? Tell me, Lee, what patch are you using? What's your favourite patch there?
At the moment, I'm gigging with a Studio Rats capture, which is a matchless Indy something or other, Indy 500, I think, or something
That's
like that.
it. That's the jobby. Oh, nice one, Mel. That's brilliant. I'm glad you're into that.
Yeah, it's
great, isn't it?
fantastic.
Yeah. It is. It's an amazing thing, isn't it? It's just.
It is. It is. It's brilliant. And I mean, you know, I've downloaded some other patches as well. So I got some John Petrucci Messer patches from his that somebody's captured from his 2C Plus, his signature amp.
Right.
And they just sound immense. They sound absolutely perfect. The guy's done a really good job with those. So
wow.
so yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I've gigged it and it sounds great live. I've gigged it in pubs, and I had a big gig on Sunday night on a big stage, big prog stage, and it sounded amazing. It really did sound amazing.
And are you just using it as it is, or are you running a dry pedal in front of it?
No, just as is.
So how are you using, like if you use the matchless patch, you probably use a John Petrucci patch, but if you use the matchless patch, do you then just turn the gain up?
Yeah, I have also tried running because there's a built-in compressor in there. So I've run the compressor in front and kind of dimed the compressor for a lead channel, and that sounds really good. That sounds great.
There we go.
It is. ToneX is the first time. Obviously, you're running the pedal, whereas I'm running the software. But ToneX is the first time, genuinely, I can plug in to an interface and feel like I'm driving an amp. They've got it so right, and I mean, the pedal feels even better. But you know, it's the first time I can plug into the guitar, the high impedance input on an interface, and go, actually, this is what it's supposed to sound and feel like.
Yeah,
they've really got it right. So I totally agree.
Well, I've got some more cheap Chinese loot for you to try out, and so when I come
cheap
over,
Chinese loot,
cheap Chinese loot, yeah. It's not actually a lute; it's a pedal. But yeah, I'll bring the ToneX over, and you can try these Petrucci ones that I've got. They just sound amazing. They really do. All right, guys.
Oh, mate. Yeah, go on. Yeah, we'll let you get back to your lovely little shepherd's hut. Look at that.
Yeah,
how nice is that? Yeah, you have to tell me where that is. That looks nice.
Yeah, and we came down on
Pony and Trap. Go on.
He's bought his beta clays as well. Look at that.
Came down on the bikes.
Ah, look at that, mate. They fit as well. Nice.
Yeah, trying to get there, mate. Trying to get there. Right.
Nice.
I'll say goodbye before my signal dies.
All right, mate. You take care. Have a good one.
Have a good one. Cheers, Lee.
Ah, that was nice.
Well, there we go.
It's nice. Do you know? It's nice seeing Lee get on with the ToneX pedal, because he's always been sort of buying stuff, and you can see it on Lee. He's always trying to tone chase. He's always trying to find that thing.
Yeah. And
it seems like he's found it at last, which is good.
ToneX. I mean, genuinely, I am blown away by ToneX. I really am. It's that good. It's that good. Right.
Where are we?
Boom. We're there.
Ah, Mr. Moxie's in the house. He says, "Evening, gents. Evening, pet." Damned Yankee 33. Check out the Epiphone Explorers. Great affordable axes. James likes an Explorer. I hate an Explorer.
I love an Explorer. Can I show them my Explorer
if you want?
Can I?
It's the most awkward guitar ever.
It's not. It's amazing.
It's
this is a real one. I'm
stupid guitar.
An Epiphone is not a real one.
It's such a stupid.
This is a real one. I love this thing. I really love this thing. I know it's a wrong one. And I know it's such.
There's nothing right about that. No one can see it. No one can see it.
I know, but it's just such an amazing.
So the idea tonight was that we would. We've got the new Boss Gigcaster, and the idea was that we were going to be able to sort of plug some guitar into it, but we had a few tech issues.
Well, we couldn't make it work.
God, there's that.
I love this thing. So yeah, see, I think that actually is. That's quite a comfortable way to play this thing, other than the fact that the jack socket would then be there. But
there's nothing right about that.
That's awesome.
That's
guitar.
wrong.
It's an awesome
wrong,
thing.
Wrong, anyway.
Get one. Get it.
There we go. Damned Yankees says, "I have a prophecy and a ghost horse." There we go.
Are they versions of a rat, by any chance, or
no? I reckon he's got a prophecy and a ghost horse Epiphone, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever that is. Never seen. Never. I don't know those. Mendel says, "Evening all." But I tell you what, Damn Yankee, send us a picture. We'd like to see.
Yes.
We'd like to see them.
Mm-hmm.
Mendel says evening Mendel.
Yep.
Andrew Blomley says heard good things about the Sire, though not tried any. Similar ballpark to Epiphone. Yes.
The Sire, I haven't played the Sire guitars, but the Sire basses are properly good.
Yeah.
The bass player, one of the bass players at the gig on Wednesday had one, and I went,
nice.
"This is really good." The guitar player as well, the guy who, in fact, I think he played nearly every band, was clearly a Guthrie fan because he had the Guthrie
Charvel or Sir.
the Charvel.
Okay, nice.
Really nice guitar.
Yeah.
Good player as well, which is nice.
Farah says, evening everyone. Have you tried Sir Classic T pickups? I've ordered a set for guitar. I don't own it. Yes, I have tried them. I tried them on a Strandberg. Yes, great. Yeah, sound good. Sound really good.
Where did he go? There we go. Boom.
Lefty Mike says, I believe the preamp of that Super Drive was designed by Dave Friedman. That's interesting. And they just use their existing preamps. That's really interesting. It's really good. It's got a real nice sort of glassy tone about it. I really like it. It's like the Fender you want.
That's so funny. That's so funny. Because the Fender I want is there.
Where?
The Twin. I just never want to have to pick it up.
Yeah.
Or move it in any way. Because it's biblically heavy.
Yeah. That's interesting about Dave Friedman. Alex in the house, he says, evening all, hello from Italy. Hello, Alec. What's up with Tonex these days, says K Sharp 10. What do you mean, what's up?
I think it's what's up as in, what's up with Tonex? Nothing's up with it. It's brilliant.
Or does he mean what's
going on?
I don't know. Okay.
There's some really cool stuff coming that we're under NDA that we can't talk about.
Yeah.
But there is some really cool stuff coming that we're involved with and we're very excited about.
Yes.
Hence, we're putting all this work in now that it will all come to fruition and stuff.
Yeah,
which is all cool.
Paul McKinnon says, hello, Paul Drew and Mr. Ivy. I missed the show last week. I'm very pleased he's back. Thanks, mate. Yes. Apologies for that. I don't know if next week, I don't know if they're going to get my internet sorted for next week.
It might be me or Todd.
It might be James and possibly Greg or Lee if one of them is available.
And also, Paul, thank you.
For what?
Spelling my name right.
Who?
Spelled with the E. Most people forget the E.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you, Paul.
K Sharp 10 says, do you fellows know John Cordy? We do. I do. Yeah. John. Me and John sort of text each other occasionally, actually. So
I don't know him, but I know of him.
Yes. Very fine guitar player. Paul Donovan, I've learned quite a lot from you guys. Thank you. Pleasure. Cheers, Paul.
You're very welcome.
Lee, glamping at a favourite place of ours down near Ringwood.
Nice.
I like Ringwood.
Glamping.
Yeah. So posh. Mendel Rocks, nice score, James. I think Chris from Blackstone used to tour with Buddha in the days before digital units. There we go.
It's a really good amp. I'm not knocking it. It's a brilliant amp.
Yeah.
It is funny that my new favourite amp is definitely the Laney. That Laney has been switched on more than anything else.
Yeah. It's great.
The Chandler, I put a picture up this week of the current rig and said, what am I missing? And undoubtedly, the most people said, I'm missing Vox. Well, the Chandler does the Vox duties for me because it's so good. That thing is so good. But also, Vox is not a sound I overly gravitate towards.
Interesting.
I'm definitely a Marshall guy. And for cleans, I'm definitely a kind of Fender Twin kind of guy. A la
your 80s in the way that you think you want high gain, you want crystal clean.
Yeah,
what you want.
I'm Eric Johnson.
That's
where I'd like to be.
Sure. I'm not sure Eric Johnson's that way. But
if I could find a twin head, because I know they exist.
Stick it in the head.
Yeah, but oh god, I don't want to. No, that thing's work. It's been.
Well, its speakers are heavy. That's what it is.
Yes,
it's just.
But anyway, that's the way I think. I think super clean and super dirty, and kind of Marshall to.
See, to me, it's all about. It's about the in between, and then adding stuff to it.
The wonderful thing about being different.
Absolutely. And you are definitely that. Brent says, yeah, the Jam Rattler. That's the one. It's the one I had an eye on. I saw one second hand for 150. I think it's made overseas. It sounds really good from the videos I've heard. The Jam Rattler is made in Greece. The company is Greek. And they're all handmade in their Greek shop. Fantastic. Funny enough, there's some new stuff coming out from Jam that's been sent over. Yes. Anyway, Alec Ball, me mad. He says, I found a great Trekkie styled rat, the Batleth. Lovely silvered graphics. There we go.
The Batleth.
I don't
Do you not
know.
speak Klingon?
I'm not much of a Trekkie fan.
It's the weapon. It's the Klingon's weapon in Star Trek.
Oh,
God. For anyone who has watched Star Trek Picard, how good is the recent series of Star Trek Picard?
When was your first girlfriend? Just...
so Jen has the things that she watches. I have the things that I watch. Generally, the things that I watch are sci-fi and that sort of stuff. And she watches stuff with vampires.
Yeah, no. I get that. I just get it. I just think Star Trek that's another level of geekness.
You're wrong.
Okay.
Sorry, you're just wrong.
HK, hello. When you capture via Tonex, does it have to be loud? I have the amps fairly loud for a room at home. Not sure about the volume needed. No, not necessarily. It depends how you're capturing. So if you're capturing through
mics
and stuff, then you just have to turn the preamp up. It depends. If you get the sound you like, then that's fine. But you might have to turn the louder the amp, the less you have to turn up the mic preamp. It works like that. But if you're happy with the sound that you get at that volume, then it's fine.
Sorry,
James is texting.
Sorry, my Sparky's just calling me to talk about the next bit of that.
Okay.
So
I'll deal with the important stuff. You deal with that.
I will.
Yeah. You don't need to worry about volume. The volume is sorted out inside of Tonex. It will tell you if you need to turn things up.
It's very smart like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not too much. Bit more. Not too much. Not too much. Red lights.
It's really easy to do. John says evening all. He said evening all. Thinking of getting a cheap bass guitar. Never played one. I use an Easy Bass. He uses Easy Bass, which is an IK. No, it's not.
It's Tune Track. Yep, brilliant.
At the moment, do you guys play bass? Yes, we both play bass.
Yes.
I suspect I'll be rubbish for quite a while. Holly B, look worth a try. No, give it a go.
Get yourself a Fender Jazz style, because that's the one you're gonna want.
That or a precision style. Yeah,
it's P or J basically. Isn't
Absolutely.
It?
Or a PJ.
Yes, they're really good if you can get one.
Yeah. I'm sure Holly Benton do a PJ.
Depending on what you want to spend, though,
the
Sire basses are amazing, and they're not that much dough.
I would much rather get a Sire than a Harley Benton.
Absolutely,
but you might have to spend a bit more.
However, we have shot a video today with some guitars that you'll just go, "Sorry, what?
What's that?"
We shot the video with those guitars today, didn't we? And you were impressed by my inexpensive guitar choices.
Yeah, it's just the hardware. Yeah,
that's the thing. If you are someone if you're dabbling, I think it's fair. I think it's fair to say with bass as well. There's
nothing as frustrating as something that goes out of tune.
No, there isn't. But
I would just put it down.
Yeah, but a cheap bass hardware is generally better than cheap guitar hardware because the tolerances are much greater.
I guess you're not doing all sort of weird like tremolo stuff
and bending and stuff.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but an HB bass will be totally serviceable.
Oh yeah, should be great.
Totally. But something like a Sire, what you also have to remember, and I say this to students and to parents of students with drum kits mainly. If you go to Argos and buy Best Buy, pick your store and buy £150 drum kit, the minute you want to sell it, it's worth 25 quid.
Without doubt, yeah.
If you go on eBay and buy a second-hand Pearl Export for 300 quid, and in 6 months, little Johnny doesn't want to play drums anymore, it's still worth 300 quid.
Same with the side bass.
Yes.
Go and get a second-hand side bass as opposed to a Harley Benton.
Yeah. and it's still worth the money you
you'll
pay
be,
for
yeah,
it.
you'll be able to sell it for what you paid for. It.
Find one on eBay or on Craigslist or whatever your Reverb, your platform
See,
of choice.
That's the thing about like high-end guitars, and I know not everyone can afford high-end guitars, but if you can afford to get a high-end Fender, a Gibson, that sort of thing, not anything obscure, not anything that's sort of boutiquey in that sort of way. If you can afford to get a Fender, like high-end Fender, high-end Gibson, you can always sell it.
Yeah.
Because they always go up in value. They always go up in value. Like give it a few years, it'll be worth more than you paid for it.
I've got some stuff to sell. It's funny actually. I've got some stuff that I'm going to sell as of our chat today.
Oh, okay.
Because there's some guitars there that I'm thinking,
yeah,
the red telly is better than the white telly.
Yeah, nice. Oh, that white telly is nice. It's
but
nice,
but the red one's better
at the moment. Yeah.
Bizarre.
Jay Wright says I've gone from a Kemper to a Tonex with drives and a Source audio collider. Nice. It sounds fantastic as wet setup. Nice one, mate. Nice.
Very
one.
nice.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, you can't be. Yeah, and you probably sold your Kemper and you probably bought everything else for the same amount of money. It's great. Mendel says I finally tried your Tonex pack also last week. Of course, the matches ones are great. Was curious about the Chandler, but I had to roll it back a lot to clean it up. Oh, yeah, you will do. The Dumble was super pleasant. Oh, great. Yes, the Chandler. Funny enough, we were trying out today, and it's quite it is quite grindy.
Yeah,
we
did do a fairly high gain version of it. Maybe we should do a cleaner version.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that. I think with the Chandler, I'm guessing you're using humbuckers with it, because if you tried it with single coils, it'd be a lot cleaner. Anyway.
At this point,
Mr. HK, thank you. I'm saying Mr. HK, could be Mrs. HK.
I doubt it on our channel.
Yeah, I doubt it as well. It's like Star Trek, isn't it? Star Trek guitar. Yeah.
Someone will hear you.
Not us.
Yeah, someone will hear us.
Really appreciate your patience and advice. Definitely getting a Tonex now. Thank you. Oh, great. Cheers, HK. Download. So if you want to, you can download. There's a free matchless profile that I did. You can download it and try that out.
I think we are there. I think.
Mark says the only thing I wish Tonex had was an XLR in and out, so you don't need to use a direct box to go front of house.
You wouldn't need the XLR in.
Yeah, why would you need XLR in? I don't know.
But XLR out, yeah, a pair of XLR outs to go front of house would be handy.
But I think it's balanced out, so you don't need to go XLR.
I still haven't bought the actual unit. I
think it's balanced out. You don't need to have XLR.
You could buy balanced TRS or TRS to balance to XLR cables, and that will work perfectly well.
It'd work exactly the same. I go front of house straight from Tonex.
Yeah, it's great. It works
great. The Explorer. Oh my god, HK is another man with no taste.
I'm only laughing on the outside.
Yeah. Mike says the XFX in 2007-ish raised the bar. Today, I can think of 3 units that are no compromise tube amp tone, including the Tonex. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I prefer the tone inside the Tonex, and I use XFX as the effects. Although I'm thinking, and we're going to show off a couple of pedals today, but I'm thinking, do I need the XFX anymore? Because really, all I'm using XFX for is delay and reverb
and routing.
Well, I don't really need to do that anymore.
Well, we'll talk about that.
Yeah,
and maybe another day, because we haven't really got our heads around that yet, have we?
No, but I'm thinking I possibly don't need XFX anymore if I'm just using it for decent reverbs and delays.
Yeah, who knows?
Tony Davis, what is the last thing a drummer says before being kicked out of the band? When are we going to record? Very good, very good.
Surely, I thought it was. Do you want fries with that?
Yeah, very good. Jay Wright, yeah, balanced outs would have been much better. I'm sure it's got balanced outs.
I think it's got, but they're on TRS,
yeah,
not XLR. It's still the same connection. It's still the same thing.
Balanced.
The only benefit with having it on TRS is you can put a normal conventional TS jack in it, and it will still work. It will just won't be balanced.
Al says, have you tried the Sir PT100 plugin at all? Tempted to purchase it. Also need to get the cloud but are sent down to you for your demo. Yes. Yes, I have. Yes, I have tried it. Yes, really good. It's really good.
Cool.
Really good. I mean, I'm not a massive plug-in fan like that. I think if we're using the UA plugins, the Friedman is great. I think.
Yeah.
But I still would rather use something else than use that. But if I had to use a plugin, I would. If it had to be a UA one, I'd use the Friedman one. There's an outlier watching electric guitar show where you don't plug them in, and you're not alone on this. There's an outlier watching electric guitar show where you don't...
Basically,
absolutely.
Basically, we're a guitar show with no guitars.
Yeah.
This is our chat. The videos. Well, how many you had?
It's gone.
God, feel the guns on that. God dear. This is our chat show, isn't it? This is we talk about it. The videos are where we actually get technical. Because quite frankly, to get good audio into the system for this is actually very difficult.
We were planning on doing that today with the Boss Gigcaster, and we just had tech issues with it, which is a really good way of doing that. So what I'm going to hopefully do next week, if my internet's up and running, I'm going to spend a bit longer with the Gigcaster, and then we can plug guitars in and do some stuff.
And hopefully what we'll also do at some point is we'll get multi-camera set up so we can actually show it and stuff.
Yeah,
stuff.
absolutely.
So yeah, sorry Nigel, but we'll must try harder.
Yeah, must. Yeah. Have you got any nibbles? Any like snacks or anything?
Gin?
There's some nuts and peanuts or something.
Do you normally have nuts provided when you're on the live stream at home?
I just like, if I'm having a gin tonic, I quite like to have some nuts and
I've got some
crisps or something.
I've got some caramel rice cakes that Greg brought over.
That might have to suffice.
Pizza, what else do you want?
Glenn says, "Good evening. Just wanted to come on real quick to say hi. It's been a while, but I haven't been. But I've been watching after work. They shut down our facility in March. Oh. After 22 years, and now I'm on nights. Not happy. Oh, mate. Yeah, that sounds
harsh.
It does sound harsh. I hope you're all right.
At this point, though, we should go.
Mr. Jones. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much indeed.
Now
I can't find. There we go.
I'll keep some G&Ts for a bit, for an hour or so, wouldn't it?
It'll buy us lunch tomorrow.
Yes. Gary says, Andrew Bromley, I have the Sire L7, which I think is the Les Paul style one.
Yeah.
I really like it, but I was not happy with the S7, which I'm guessing is a Strat.
Yeah.
Lots of quality control issues. Oh, interesting. I just didn't like the feel. Returned it. Still not Paul's lovely P90 LP.
That is a great guitar.
It's a really great guitar.
And if you ever sell that, I'm buying it I want it first.
Okay.
But don't sell it.
I don't think I'm selling that.
No, good.
Pet says, watched a Ken Burns country doc. Recent one mentioned George Strait having 60 number ones. 60 number ones.
Ken Burns, isn't he the guy who invented very slow pull-ins to shots?
A different Ken Burns, but yes.
Very slow zooms.
That's for video people. That
was video. Yeah.
Tony J. Dallas says, "Hey guys, I consider you to be some of the more experienced Boss GT1000 users on YouTube. Thanks, mate."
To be fair, that definitely has to go to Paul rather than to me.
I like the GT. Yeah, the GT1000 is fantastic. Really good.
Boom.
Mr. Moxie, he said, "Get Paul some salt and vinegar discos." Thanks, mate.
Salt and vinegar discos. What a way to go.
If James came around to my house, there'd be all sorts of. You're
olives. Drinking my gins. Just stop going on about it.
Olives. There might even be.
You had olives.
I had olives on a pizza. There'd be kettle crisps.
You can eat Greg's.
Cameron James it's like Sainsbury's
gin
bag of crisps.
Sainsbury's gin. Sorry, Paul. I'm trying to find where we're going. Hang on, we're about there. Go.
Okay.
There we go.
Master One says, "I've never gone out to gig with a real amp before until now. I bought the Tonex pedal. It covers all bases for me now. Your bad cat capture deserves more attention too. It's a cracking tone, in my honest opinion." Thanks, mate.
It's funny when we've been flicking between patches to make sure there is some level of continuity between patches on the last pack and what's going to be this pack.
Mm-hmm.
It's really interesting to go, that bad cat sounds great.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Bearcat's good.
And then you go, we're going to do the JCM 900 as well tomorrow.
Oh, have we not done that?
No, we haven't.
Oh, that's a good amp.
It's a great amp. So anyone who was interested in buying it, sorry, it was on eBay for 2 weeks. It didn't sell, and now I've decided I don't want to sell it. It's such a good amp. I can't bring myself to sell it.
It's a really good amp.
I know it's ridiculous, but I just can't. Hang on a second.
I love the people that you get comments on the JCM 900 video where people say, "Oh, it's got a diode clipping circuit in it, so it's not fully valve or whatever." And that's absolute bollocks, because it's basically a valve amp with a drive pedal in front of it. It's the same as having a normal drive pedal in front of it. It's such a stupid comment.
I'm sorry, but it sounds amazing.
It does. It's really good. Funky Bass. Only found out today that they have a Tonex iPhone. They do. They do.
It's really good.
I might do a review of that.
Mm-hmm.
They're sending me a what's the thing you plug in your phone?
An IK jack thing.
Yeah,
that's that thing.
IK
Yeah.
Jack thing. Yeah. Tony says I use my Tonex with it and try to run IRs on the G. Oh, nice. GT1000 core, but it mangles external IRs. It's the only device that I have that does that. Do you know if there's any fixes for this in the pipeline? I've never had any problems with the GT1000. Maybe it's the type of IRs that you're loading in. You need to check if they're compatible with the GT1000. So, for instance, I mean, I don't know what the GT1000 accepts, but if the GT1000 likes 48K IRs, then that's what you need to load in. You can't load in like a 44.1 or a 96 or whatever. It's got to be the right sort of IR. Most IRs come with all the different formats.
Yeah.
So I'd have a look at that. Ned says, hello. Glad to see you rats back. I bought a used PRS SE245 Zebra wood. Oh, nice.
Nice.
270 quid.
Oh,
a pretty sweet deal for a good looking guitar that plays great and sounds nice one. That's really good.
See, I think, although we joke about being guitar snobs, and I want something with the word F on the headstock or with the word G on the headstock. I'm quite sad like that, and I think you're a bit similar. Maybe two different G's on the headstock. Gibson or Gretsch.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think I'm coming round. Certainly that Baum is awesome.
Right.
And we'll wait till the video comes out. I'll do that early.
But let's talk about that.
Right.
Let's get this Baum.
Yeah.
Because I've got some things to talk about. It's a really nice guitar. This is James. Well, it's not James. This is
it's on very permanent loan.
It's on permanent loan. It's a really nice guitar.
Yep.
The headstock looks like a nutsack.
It looks like someone's kind of set light to it, and it's kind of we'll talk about guitars where it looks like someone set light to them in a minute. But it's not the prettiest headstock.
It's like a ball bag. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, so this is my this is my thing about it, right?
Right.
It's a really nice guitar.
Yep.
Okay, so it's designed in Denmark.
Yes.
Made in Korea. So it's where we're talking about guitars earlier, where where guitars hold their value.
Come in a minute because you can't be seen.
Sorry. Where we're talking earlier, where guitars hold their value.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a guitar like this is not a guitar that holds its value.
No, it's not.
But
This in
really
a
nice
couple of
guitar.
years is going to appear on eBay for about 300 quid.
Yeah.
Unless it's one of the Danish Baums, and then they're a serious high-end guitar. They do now have a much cheaper is the wrong word, a more cost-effective range, and I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head.
What, even cheaper?
Even cheaper than this one. Yeah.
See, that's that, and I think that's the problem, because if you look at it, it's like what's that American manufacturer that makes guitars a bit like this, sort of offset and.
Oh, there are so many.
I mean, there are so many, but if you get that, it's a guitar that's always going to hold its value. This, I just don't think they hold the value, but it's great.
I love it, and genuinely, it is now one of my go-to guitars.
Can I pick off the?
No, you can't.
It's got like this film.
Yeah, I know it has.
Things.
I know. Because it's not mine. I can't do
Oh,
that
fair
on a demo guitar.
But it's nice. It's a really nice guitar.
It's got P90s, which I didn't have before.
So it's got P90s. What's
It's,
they
a,
just
it's a design
fake?
thing.
It's
They're
fake gold foil.
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
With a Bigsby. I didn't have a Bigsby guitar. I didn't have a P90 guitar.
Nice.
And it plays really nice. And it sounds great. It's got that. It does that.
Yeah,
thing.
absolutely.
It does that thing. That's the thing.
Yeah. It's nice. It's a really nice guitar.
But the thing is, if you're going,
Sorry.
if you're going the really cheap end of the world,
Yeah.
resale value just vanishes anyway.
Yeah.
If you're going, no offense to Harley Benton, but they're not the most expensive guitars. I think
PRS SE. I mean, contrary to what I can't remember who got it. Was it Ned? Yeah. Contrary to what Ned said, I think PRS SEs hold their value.
Yes.
I think Squires hold their value.
I think old Squires do.
Yeah.
I'm not sure new Squires do.
No, maybe you're right.
But I think, if you've got an 80s Japanese Squire,
yeah,
that's a 4-figure guitar for someone who knows what they're buying.
Okay. And I think my point is that you had a company like Baum who made boutique guitars.
Yeah.
And what they've done is, and I get it, and I'm not saying this is a wrong thing, but it's they've thought, right, how can we make lots of money? Great, yeah, let's go to Korea, let's get them to build that. It's not going to be up to our quality standard. It's not going to be up to what we would expect, but we're going to get them to make some guitars because we want to make money. Right, now what we're going to do is to make even cheaper guitars, so we can make even more money.
But that's
that
that's brand awareness, though. When you get into getting in at that level, that's getting your grassroots players involved.
Okay.
That's getting kids who would normally go out and buy a Harley Benton or maybe not Harley Benton because they're who would go out and buy a Squire or what's the Mexican Vintera series?
I don't know what the
anyway, something like that.
Yeah.
Going but okay, so that's Strat shaped, telly shaped. This is different.
I don't know. I don't think anyone's going to go and buy a cheap Baum, whatever you say,
Baum.
One of the really cheap ones, and then think, oh, do you know, I'm going to upgrade. I'm going to get the next one up. They're not thinking like that. They're thinking, how can we make the most amount of money out of this? As opposed to a company like, okay, let's think of a boutique company like Sir.
Yeah.
Sir don't do a cheap range.
No.
So Sir have gone, right, all of our products are made in our American factory. That is where we can look at we can keep an eye on the quality control.
Yeah.
And that's all we're going to do.
Yeah.
Ernie Ball have done the opposite.
Yeah.
Ernie Ball have gone, right, we're going to make
ranges.
It out. Yeah, exactly. They make some really high quality guitars, and then they make some. I mean, I've played some shocking subs and all that sort of stuff.
Although I did see that pink sparkle.
Yeah, that's nice.
And I went,
oh, their American guitars are second to none.
American,
yeah. Actually second to none.
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay,
I'm on it.
Pete says hi. Hi, Pete.
Hi, Pete.
Gary says, hey guys, I'm thinking of purchasing the Strymon Big Sky. Nice. But wondered if the plug-in version was good enough. I heard it can eat up a lot of CPU. It is quite CPU hungry, but
any good reverby delay type plugin is because it's sampling real audio.
Yeah, if you're not going to be gigging it, I just get the plugin version.
Yeah,
but the plugin version is not cheap. I think it's still 200 quid or 150 quid.
But you can use the plugin more than once.
Absolutely.
And that's where, when everyone goes about, oh, but the hardware sounds so much better. I said, yes, but you've got one instance of the hardware.
I don't think the hardware is I thought the plugin sounded really good.
No, but I mean, generally, when people say, oh, the hardware sounds better, so, well, but you've got one of it with something like a Fairchild compressor, which is going to set you back, even for one of the like a POM Fairchild or an Unfairchild or whatever, they're still 10 grand.
Yeah.
And you've got one of them.
Mm-hmm.
The plugin's going to cost you $39 from Waves, and you've got as many as your computer can handle.
Yeah.
And no one, sorry folks, no one can tell the difference.
Yeah, even if James has got a Bricasti over there, which is a really high-end hardware reverb rack.
Compare it to M7 by Liquid Sonics.
It's the same thing. It's just like you'd never hear in the mix. You'd never hear that.
Never in a million years. Although I really like that.
It's a lovely thing.
Completely wasted in here.
John May used to use one of them. I don't know if he still does.
Love it.
He's one of those live. Great sounds, great audio. Thank you, Pete. Lefty Mike, he says, I went to buy a new amplifier this weekend to probably try 10 different ones. I came to the realization that I sound more like me no matter what I'm playing through.
Amen, brother.
Yeah, it's so true. I keep getting comments on videos where people saying, "Oh, all your drives sound, all your every time you plug in a drive, it sounds the same." But it's like, yeah, and do you know when it was? It was when Lee came over.
Yeah,
with Lee's
Zoom thing.
Yeah, whatever he was using. He said, "Oh, well, I wasn't even touching it. That's just Lee."
Yeah,
it's just the way that people sound. It's just,
and if people
like
say,
it or hate it.
No, but if people say, "Oh, that Laney,
yeah,
I've set it up the way I like it."
Yeah,
that Marshall, I've set it up the way I like it. The chances are they sound within a gnat's whisker the same. Because guess what? These are still the same.
Yeah.
And we also, I would say 90% of the amps that I've heard you play through, you make them sound the same. Because guess what? That's how you play. That's how you sound.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, like it or hate it. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's just one of those. Oh, but why keep buying different amps? Well, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Yes, but they are subtle.
Yeah, but there's a difference. I mean, like when we plugged into your Fender Bassman today, there's a clear difference between the Fender Bassman and say the Buddha.
Yeah.
But on a record,
who's going to care?
Yeah, you're not going to care. It's just
you've got me annoyed now.
Why?
Because I'm thinking I should sell the Bassman and keep the Buddha.
I think that Buddha sounded great, but anyway. Yeah. Oh, by the way, let me go back to Lefty.
Yeah.
Yes. Rev G20, fantastic, mate. You definitely made a good choice there. Funky Bass. He said there's a Worf Son of Moog T-shirt with him sitting in front of a wall of synths. What?
So the joke is that Lieutenant Worf from Star Trek TNG was son of Mog, son of Mog, not son of Moog. Moog being Dr. Robert Moog, Moog, the god of all things synth.
See, this is my problem.
At this point, I'm going to say, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
We might have enough to buy lunch tomorrow.
Woohoo!
Thanks, guys. Thank you. He said, Gary says, you guys are simply awesome. Thank you so much for your input and contributions to all your help and group and the community. Thanks, mate. Got that gin's kicking in. Getting more and more slurry.
I would say we do this for fun, don't we? The Wednesday night thing is.
Oh, yeah, Wednesday's fun.
And if it descends into alcoholic chaos, then I'm terribly sorry.
It just might be us. Yeah,
we'll be on our own. Where are we? We're not far from there. We are there. Oh, we've got a Star Wars and everything. No, awesome.
What is going on? Ned says Star Wars was made for 13-year-old boys. Yes, there we go. Hold on.
Said Lucas.
No, hold on. No. This is all gone wrong. Star Wars was made for 13-year-old boys, said Lucas himself. Or so I've heard. Star Trek: The Next Generation is more geekness. Star Wars is a Western in space. Definitely, Star Wars is way cooler than Star Trek. Come on.
See, this is the thing. I'm not going to say I'm the ultimate Star Wars fan, but I mean, Jesus, look round here for God's sake.
Well, they can't see it, but he's got Lego bloody.
I've got Lego Star Wars everywhere.
Everywhere.
My Star Wars shrine is packed up still from when we moved house. When this is finished, my Star Wars shrine will probably be there somewhere.
Oh, good.
I'm a complete Star Wars super fan. I'm not a Trekkie or a Trekker, depending on, but I would still, if it's watch a Western or watch Star Trek, I'm going to watch Star Trek.
Yeah.
You're still off camera.
Sorry.
By the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it's watch something that Jen wants to watch or Star Trek, I'm going to watch Star Trek. However, 2 pieces of advice for you, and we've kind of covered this a little bit. If you haven't yet watched Daisy Jones and the Six,
It's good there.
you are missing out. It's awesome.
Good.
And a new one to me that I was flicking through Audible and found there is a follow-up to Ken Calais' Making Rumors called Get Tusked. And it's really good. It's a bit more what's her name? Mills and Boone in places.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah,
no.
it's quite a lot more Mills and Boone
no.
in places.
No.
But it's a really good book. And they do get into quite a lot of the nerdiness about Lindsey Buckingham's bizarre tuba-like guitar sounds.
Well, let's talk about that. So, Ken Calais is the producer or the engineer on Rumours.
He was the engineer on Rumours and associate producer on Tusk.
Yeah, he was. Wasn't he producer? Anyway, I had a meeting. I was out in LA and I had a meeting with Ken. He's a very nice man.
Brilliant book. So if you get bored, get Tusked.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Let's look at Jess Guitar.
Oh, hello.
You like that, Jeff? Yeah, need to send us a picture of that. He said, I bought a 2012 Gibson Les Paul Classic Custom a few days ago. Gee, that's nice. I realised that a Strat with thornbuckers sounds nothing like a Les Paul, so I had to get a real one. Yes, but a Les Paul with thornbuckers. How can I explain this? So a Les Paul's got like a thick sort of tone about it. The thornbuckers got a lot more top end, so the thornbuckers would complement a Les Paul to me way more than the Gibson humbuckers. I way prefer my Pete Thorn Sir to my dual humbucker Les Paul
that I
sold because I preferred the tone of the Pete Thorn, but it's the humbucker. It's all about those Pete Thorn humbuckers. They're absolutely fantastic.
He has landed on something there, hasn't he? He's got obviously. So having met Pete at NAMM briefly, all too briefly, I'm hoping to get to see the Classic Rock Show in Cambridge in a couple of weeks.
Oh, nice! You should go, yeah.
But having met him and now talked to him a bit about tone and about his approach to tone, not only guitar but the whole signal chain. It's very interesting to kind of deduce from that how he worked with Sir to create those pickups.
He's brilliant, yeah. He's a incredibly talented man.
A proper pro.
Yeah, he knows exactly what's doing. Keith said, curious what your opinions are on the AI voice replication or a song creation that's been hitting the press. Doesn't sit well with me, and I'm a technologist. I haven't heard that.
So the whole kind of thing about chatbot, chat AI, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
A friend of ours summed it up brilliantly,
right,
in a Facebook post, and he said, all these AI various formats will take over the world when clients finally know what they want. And the truth of the matter is, whether it's a client, whether it's an artist, when they can actually put down in words what they want first time out, then we as creatives are doomed.
I don't think that's what he's asking, but yeah.
But I'm not worried about any of this AI stuff because I still think that there is a place for AI, machine learning, all those sort of things. Isotope are nailing it.
But that's not what he's asking. But
no, but I think there is a place for it. But this stuff does not scare me in the slightest.
Again, but he's not asking. He's asking what your thoughts on the AI voice replication is. I haven't heard it.
I don't think it sounds very good.
Oh, you've heard it? Okay.
I think it sounds horrible.
Oh, does it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. Jeff, he says, also picked up the Fender 64 Custom Hand-Wide Deluxe Reverb. Oh, nice. That I ordered a few months ago. I think that I may have found what I'm looking for now.
We've got a Deluxe Reverb 2 down there.
Yeah.
Which is quite nice.
And I think they work really well with Les Paul's Deluxes.
Yeah.
I can't remember who I heard playing through one. It was. Do you know what it was? It was Rhett Shull actually, and he's playing a Les Paul through a deluxe. And I thought it sounded brilliant.
But again, Rhett Shull could play a Squier Strat through a Sun Mustang amp, and it would still sound like Rhett Shull,
Right.
because he's a really good player.
Red TV says, "Evening geezers, thank you for your channel. It's really informative. Come to the conclusion. I don't need any extra gear, but can you recommend a stadium I can play with all the gear I've got?" Yes, Wembley. It's the only stadium.
Was it last time out in Manchester?
It's not a stadium.
I know, but it's a big old shed.
It's a big run.
It's basically Manchester Central is the old Manchester railway station, and
it's a big venue.
It was for a time. It was called GMEX.
Yes.
When they used to allow them to have concerts in there, and then people.
It's probably not far off the size of Wembley, is it?
It's a big shed.
So what we did was we got what amp was it?
It was that. Was it that
Fender?
Fender Deluxe, yeah.
And we just literally just went, we dimed it, and
it was like a moment from Back to the Future.
Yeah, it was. yeah. We just played it in this big empty
hangar.
Yeah, arena. It was just about. Yeah, it did. It was.
The daft thing was, it was brutally loud. There's a Facebook video of me on the Studio Rex YouTube. Sorry, the Studio Rex Facebook page, and I walk backwards, and I get further and further back from you playing.
That was only half the venue.
Yeah, not a third the venue.
A third was it? Wow.
Yeah,
big venue. Keith liked that comment.
Yeah, I like that too.
We do. William says, "Good evening, Paul and James. Have you guys heard Matteo Mancuso? No, he's really good. He plays the Yamaha Rev Star. Really nice guitar. Recommended you guys trying it. Cheers, William. I haven't heard that name.
No.
And to go and check that out. Thank you. Thanks for the tip." Aristotle says, "If you buy an adapter from plug to XLR, buy one with short cable, the ones without weight, so much they might crack the solder joints on your outputs to your device."
There is a certain degree of truth to that.
I wouldn't even do that. I'd just go and get excited jacks.
Yes, and buy a meter long one.
Because go and get just go and get 5 meter ones.
Yeah, but to be fair, most of my adapter cables, and I can show you one because they're here, are that one's bad case in point. Most of mine are that long.
I think that's basically what you're saying.
Yeah, but get that long, not that long.
Yes,
because otherwise, agreed. You're putting 4 or 5 joints.
Yeah, especially with those adapter things. You've got some of those around, haven't you? Yeah, the weight of that.
Yeah, they are quite heavy. But
I agree. I agree with them. Yeah,
50 centimeters is perfect.
Nice.
At this point, I was going to say, because we've got to a really easy part to find.
Yeah,
we've got pets. Should we do the news?
Okay.
First things first. Before you fire up your machine again, we have been talking to the good people at Universal Audio. Have we not?
Yeah.
And guess what, boys and girls?
No. Pick up that one first.
Pick that one first. Oh, this is Max.
So that's really good.
We were playing with that today, weren't we? It's
really
awesome.
Good. That's really good. Yeah, especially with a valve amp.
It plays very nicely on the front into a valve amp, doesn't it?
Yeah. So this is their dual compressor, but it's also got the preamp section from they're modeled like a 610, which is Universal Audio preamp.
So is it 2 compressors at a time?
Sorry,
is it 2 compressors at a time?
Yeah, you can run it series parallel or series parallel or just on and off.
Really nice, nice thing. And I have to admit, it's the first time I've actually had one of the new UA pedals. They are bomb-proof.
They're really nice.
They're not inexpensive.
No,
but I get what you pay for. I mean, just in there alone. USP, you've got USP. But pair it to your phone. I mean, I was properly shocked when you got the app out on your phone. I went, what is this voodoo?
Yeah, it's very clever. It's that, and we've got the Galaxy, which is their
tape delay.
their Space Echo, and the one that I'm really excited
No,
about. that I haven't tried
I'm
out
quite
yet.
keen to try that.
You're trying,
I've even got the T-shirt for that.
have you?
Yes.
And the one that I haven't, or the one that I'm most excited about is this one, which is the Delverb, which is their delay reverb.
That's going to be awesome.
Yes. So this is the thing that might be replacing the Axe effects. Why not?
Before we go into the news, we need to do that.
Oh, HK, thank you. He said, "What are your fave 2 opening songs on an album?" Mine are the song remains the same with Rain Song that open Houses of the Holy. No need to answer straight away.
Mine's easy.
Go on.
Chocolate Cake.
Yeah.
Followed by Fall at Your Feet.
Yeah. Oh,
Crowded House, Woodface.
Yeah, that's good.
Woodface is a perfect album.
It is pretty much.
I just love that album. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's perfect in every way, and it's mixed by Bob Clearmountain.
Oh, is it? I'm going to get some because there literally are no snacks.
Oh, hello. Oh, amazing!
Wow, look at this.
How the heck did that happen?
I don't know. Anyway,
I'm quite scared that it played One Direction at me.
whatever you're into.
Okay.
Whatever you're into.
So yes, we have the 3 UA pedals. Paul will be doing videos on those soon because, quite frankly, we haven't got the capacity here to do it, and my brain would actually explode with all the stuff that these can do. But I really, really, really want to try that and that.
And we'll go.
I'll even lend you the T-shirt if you want, so you can do the video in the right T-shirt.
Right.
I've got a Delverb T-shirt though. That's how good I am.
Nice.
Should come to NAMM, shouldn't you?
No, should have done.
Right, the
Okay.
news.
Oh yeah, okay.
Share your crunchy nut cornflakes moment with us.
Oh.
You're not screenshot. It went off.
Oh, did it?
Screenshot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me 2 seconds.
Do it, and I'll do it here.
Touch screen. Here we go.
I'll do it here.
I'm there.
And he's there. Oh, nice.
Sorry.
Whoa. I love that. It's so cool. Is this technically a Harley Benson moment of the week?
Well, that's why I picked it. Look at that.
A butterscotch telly.
Yeah, it's a Fender Player Plus. So Fender have released a bunch of new guitars.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing about this, I really like the butterscotch telly, but I don't like the bridge system.
The bridge looks like a Strat Plus bridge.
Yeah, probably.
You could have done what I did with the red telly, the telly Nashville, and got one of those compensating bridges, and it's brilliant. That's an awesome guitar now. I do like the red one though. Although I was watching one of. Oh, that's wrong. That's just wrong.
I think that looks great.
The tremolo on it's wrong. It looks
what are you
wrong.
talking about? That's great.
It looks wrong.
Oh, you're wrong. That's great.
I was watching some of Mason from Vertex Effects videos this week, and he was showing a G&L telly with a humbucker in the neck, and I went. It was a G&L like super telly thing, Nashville style, with a humbucker in the neck, and I went, "Oh, I want that."
Okay.
Really, really nice. I might get that pickup and get Steve to do a Doctor with a route out for that.
Okay. No.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Well, I think that's great, and I think this looks really good.
And how much is it?
$398. I think that's great. I think it looks brilliant. I've got to pass this because that looks awful. We're going past Black Star. Got a bass 9 machine from Electro Harmonics. Right. One of the other stories this week.
Yeah.
Fender. I can't believe this is even a story.
Yeah.
But Fender released a British Racing Green limited edition player model.
Is that a story?
No.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a beautiful color. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a beautiful color. But this is from the person whose favorite color is green.
Oh, okay.
That's an awesome color green. I definitely play that.
I think the amp.
Oh, the amp looks great. But the amp doesn't look that dissimilar to the Cornford, the Cornell.
No, it doesn't, does it? You're right. Yeah.
But a P bass or a jazz, that P bass is beautiful.
Yeah.
Go back to the P.
Oh, wrong way.
Oh,
no,
it's all gone
wrong.
wrong.
Giving it away.
That's awesome.
I just think they look a bit weird.
If you're in
Anyway,
touch with your opinion, wrong as it may be.
Keeley released the Super AT, the Andy Timmons mod overdrive.
Nice.
Yeah, which looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anything that Andy Timmons has got his hand in is going to be pretty good, isn't it? 259 squidlets.
Quite a lot for an overdrive.
Yeah, right. It's an overdrive mod, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's there. And the only other bit of news, or the last bit of news, is that UA introduces the Electra 88 and Capital Compressor plugins.
Now, I've tried that Capital Compressor plugin today, this morning, first thing, and it's awesome.
Is it?
It's share the love. It's really good.
Is it?
Properly. I don't want to care about mastering. I want to apply a plugin and make it sound better.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Is it?
Yeah. You can tweak to your heart's. What was the Masterworks? Was the last plugin where you could do that? Really, just go, apply, go. That's very similar. It's not the same sound, but it's very similar in its functionality. Just dive it in, twist a few things, make it sound better, make it sound worse, go.
Is this an actual compressor that's been modelled on?
It is the chain that was at Capital before they ripped everything out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, that's it. That's all I thought was interesting.
One more thing.
Yeah,
I want to talk about. Are you working out there after the live stream? Said Jen.
Are you?
No idea. I'm on a live stream. I'm busy. I'll live to regret that one day.
You will definitely live to regret that.
I don't know if anyone's seen it. We can bury that.
Close that down now.
Yes. We all know that everyone in the world,
Right.
That everyone's getting into online content and tutorials and classes, and we've been doing it for years, and everyone now is selling their online subscriptions, yada yada yada.
Is it becoming oversaturated?
I think so, personally.
Right.
Masterclass is my one of choice until September, when I'm going to swap from Masterclass to Inside Blackbird, because it's a place of worship for recording nerds like me, and John McBride is connected up to the Gazoot.
John McBride is the owner of
Blackbird
Studios. Married to
Martina McBride.
Martina McBride.
Yes.
Yeah.
Country singer extraordinaire.
Yeah.
But I just thought, this is really good. And I looked at some of the content and went, this is really, really good. And then there was a few kind of coming soons. And I thought, yeah, but how soon is coming soon? And then the next day, the Joe Bonamassa gear review interview thing hit. And I thought, and then the next day, the next thing hit. And I thought, okay, so you actually do have content lined up for months.
I mean, Abbey Road, I'm sure, are going to sort of do the same. Is that sort of? Yeah, you're right. Everyone's doing content, aren't they? What's next? Who's next?
That's it.
This
one?
Go.
Yeah.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
HK said, Glenn LaForce, respect to the night shifters.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely. Nova?
Nothing. No.
Nova? Novo. Thank you. Yes, we're talking about basically. Yeah, we're talking about American-made guitars like the Baum.
Yeah.
Yes. I was thinking of Novo or Fano, which is Dennis Fano, who was from Fano Guitars, sold Fano Guitars, and moved over to Novo. So yeah, Dennis Fano is it Dennis Fano? I'm sure it's Dennis. Same company or same guy. Buy guitars you want to keep, absolutely.
Yep, indeed.
Or buy guitars you want to keep for a little bit and then sell for more money. Pep says, is there a reason we want to sing? Is there a reason why we tend to sing flat more than sharp? there must be less instances of sharp singing. As I'm struggling to think of any known examples. That's true, actually.
So there is the phenomenon when in monitoring, in headphones, for example, if you are too loud in your ears compared to the music, you go sharp. And if you are too quiet, you tend to go flat.
But that's because if you're too loud, you're overcompensating.
Yes.
And if you're too quiet, you're undercompensating.
Yeah. There is the argument that says, generally, when you're tired, you sing flat because you can't hit the notes anymore. Guilty as charged, my lord. Certainly on our last gig. Listen to anything by Florence and the Machine. Harsh, but
yeah, but I've got a lot of respect for her because she's obviously completely against. She wants to capture the performance as opposed to worrying about perfection. I mean, and I'm sure, Pet, you know this, but if you ever think you're singing sharp, singing flat, smile, and you sing, and you tend to, the pitch tends to go up. James says, "So I used to do a budget range. Made in the Far East, branded Rasmus. Well, I didn't know that. There we go.
Oh, bum bum ba da ba bum 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 ba da ba bum 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 ba da ba dum bum 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 in the shadows." The Rasmus.
Yes, I remember. Yes, I'm not sure everyone else listened to early 2000s. Tony Jadas says, "Thanks so much, guys. I've tried every permutation of IR kilohertz, so the actual sample rate, bits length, Celestion, York, IO. It's always wrong. Not unusable, but just very different from the original IR. That's really interesting."
I'm in trouble.
Are you?
I'm in trouble because Jen said she happened to be watching just then.
This is what you do. You should never do that. You're always gonna get in trouble for that. Next time I speak to Boss, I'll ask about that, and I'll let you know, mate. Longshank says, "Off topics, would love to see you build some Iron Maiden tones and some Judas Priest tones to save or download patches from the Boss Tone Exchange into our Boss Tone Studio. Love your tones. Thank you,
The
mate."
person to do that with, the two people to do that with, are Mike Exeter and Andy Sneap. Andy Sneap is one of the guitarists on Judas Priest. He'd be great for that. Whether he'd do it with us or not, I don't know, but it'd be good fun.
You up? You know the guys.
I'll make a call.
Mr. Spliffy, he says, "Totally true that tone is in the hands. The key is finding the gear that you have to fight the least to get your input." That's very true.
That's very true.
That's a really good. That for me is a diesel pull. Nice. You've got diesel. Nice, very expensive amp. Best AC30 rectifier in a single box. Oh, interesting. I didn't know the diesel did AC30 sort of tones. Interesting. Cheers, Mr. Spliffy. And he says, "Also loved your demos of the Divided by 13 RSA 23 and Matchless Independence. Those are magic." Oh, thanks, mate.
Those are the amps you do, or the Matchless you still have, but the Divided by 13 I know was a struggle to sell.
Yeah, I almost wish I had. Wish I had that back.
Cheers.
Oh, thanks, mate. Nice one. Yeah, yeah. I wish I had that back actually because I really like that amp. Really good amps. Unbelievable.
I did used to work with a guy who looked so much like John Turode. If we were out,
is he the bald one or the non-bald one?
The non-bald one. He really liked John Turode, and he would get stopped out if we were in a restaurant. If he got a notepad, it was hilarious. If he got a notepad out in a restaurant, we'd get better service.
Oh, nice!
It was awesome.
Excellent. Insulting, but funny. I mainly play an old Marshall Silver Jubilee, a current SV20H, and a Fender Supersonic 22. I'm sure you will know how different they are. Yes.
Lovely.
Yeah.
But really nice amps.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, Pete Johnson. Paul, are the riffs you tend to play in videos from Studio Rat songs? And if so, where can I find them? They always get stuck in my head. Oh, thanks, mate. Some are. So on YouTube, actually Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music.
The Studio Rats.
Yeah, have a look under
Volume
Studio
1.
Rat songs. They're all
We need
on
to
there.
make volume 2, don't we? Really soon.
I need to write some more songs.
Yes.
Yeah, it's house moving is definitely. Yes. Ned says Star Wars is definitely cooler than Star Trek. Definitely. See, Ned knows what's going on. That is true. Speaking of sci-fi, what's the greatest sci-fi type of pedal or effect that makes you both take off into the universe while playing?
That what was that thing that we tried? That that fat bass synthy pedal thing that we both went. It was a proper riff monster pedal.
Who made that?
I don't remember. Oh God, brain, come on. Do hold.
Obviously, someone wanted it back.
Yes, yeah, we had
That's
to
the
send
problem.
It, we sent it back.
That's what happens when a company wants something back because you forget about it.
Yes.
And questions like this come up, and people don't. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, I'm a bit of a sucker for modulated reverbs, like not like what's the reverb with all the like shimmer reverbs, not like shimmer reverbs, but like a modulated reverb. I really like that. The Axe Effects is really good at that.
Yeah, I am trying to find it. I'm trying to think what it's called.
It's going to take you a long time, mate.
It is.
There's 750 videos.
I know, and I can't find any of them right now because I can't.
Okay. Well, let's go. David Bro says, is the Anchor still a place in Cambridge? You know Cambridge more than me.
I don't really. I think it is, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are we? K Sharp 10 says, I just got some tubes from the tube store. I ordered yesterday and they were delivered today. Never seen delivery like that. One day on regular UPS. Unbelievable. Nice one.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Oh, God, I forgot what it was called. It was so good, though. That thing.
Yeah, I think we all went through a stage where we were all worried about, valves going, valves stopping. And
yes, there won't be any
there seems to be
valves.
loads. Yeah, it's like toilet rolls.
Yeah. And we all survived.
We did.
And no one's bottoms were injured.
No.
I can't find it. It was really cool.
You're
And
going to be looking forever.
I know. I'm going to be looking for it, but my God, it sounded good.
Nectaria says, I play praise and worship, so I need to accompany singers. I have a Gretsch hollow body nice for that, but I need a backup. I have a Stratocaster, but I'd like to swap. I'm not satisfied. Any recommendations? Yeah, the reason you're not satisfied is because your amp is set up or your gear is set up for a Gretsch. If you set your gear up for a Strat and then you plug the Gretsch in, you wouldn't be happy with the Gretsch.
Nope.
So you've got to. Okay, so the first thing you can do with that is to get a boost pedal. So when you plug the Strat in, hit the boost pedal, and then you're going to increase the output of the Strat. The Strat's going to have more girth, and you're going to get more of that fatter sort of tone. If you plug a Strat into an amp that's set up for a Gretsch or a Les Paul, or I know Gretsch isn't a Les Paul, but something with humbuckers or TV Jones Filtertron style pickups, you're going to be lacking.
I actually found it, believe it or not.
God, he's found it.
It was called the Lysis or the Lysis pedal by Solid Gold Effects.
Okay.
And we both went, this is a proper riff writing monster.
Oh, nice.
Really cool kind of synthy kind of dirt pedal.
Nice.
Really cool. Lysis by Solid Gold Effects.
There we go.
Hang on. So the other pedal I would advise you check out is by Voodoo Labs, and it's called the Giggity pedal.
Oh,
if you want to be able to go between a Strat and a Les Paul, humbuckers and single coil, on the same rig, basically it does the transition between it for you. Really cool pedal. It's got some really clever stuff in it. James from Voodoo Labs is now James Santiago from Universal Audio. And it was one of his pedals when he was with Voodoo Labs, and it's really cool. So if you can find one, I don't think they make them anymore because the good stuff's never made more than 6 months. Great pedal, really cool. I heard a Strat become a Les Paul just on this pedal.
I wouldn't want that. I
But
don't
it's a
want
way
strap-
to set your gear up, so you could go. I'm plugging in my Les Paul. I'm plugging in my Strat.
I think that's a really good pedal. If someone could invent a proper pedal that's not DSP based,
It's not. It's analog based.
it's analog.
Yeah, it's really cool.
They are them. Sounds perfect.
Giggity by Voodoo Labs. You probably only find it on the auction sites now. There, I have my uses. I knew I'd find it.
John says, he says, I have the Delverb and it's amazing.
Ooh.
There we go. I can't wait to try it out. Actually, that's one
I
of the ones
can't. The only problem I've got with it is the name. I can't
Delverb.
read it and not say the Del Boy.
Del Boy.
Yeah.
Typeface. I think the typeface looks like the that program we were talking about that's on Netflix.
Oh yeah, Daisy Jones and the Six.
That's a nice guitar, isn't it? Look at that.
Ooh, pretty.
Music Nerd says the Delverb replaced the Glider for me. It's much smaller and sounds epic. Awesome. Oh, I can't wait to try it now.
No.
Chef says,
Basically.
do they not send you the amp pedals too? No, not. I think that. I don't know if they're out of stock. What's happening with that?
They're out of stock. They're on the way.
Okay. Oh, that's a good. And Music Nerd said, I think they should have called the Delverb the Relay.
Really
It's
good.
But,
Very good.
But it's delay before reverb. I guess you could switch it around, but I would always go delay into reverb, not reverb into delay. But yeah. Al says, I saw the British Racing Green Telly and Strats at Guitar Centre in LA last month. They were advertising them as exclusive to GC. Interesting.
But is this the same Guitar Centre that is permanently this close to going Chapter 11? If it wasn't for the fact they were owned by the same company who owned Burger King.
Are they?
Bain Venture Capital owned Burger King, and they also
Wow.
own GC.
Yes, Des, I'm very hungry. James, he hasn't done any snacks for our show, which I think is quite a poor show.
Sorry, I'll just open another bottle of gin, shall I?
Yeah. Rumpy Pumpy, good name. Boss GT1000 Core or Boss IR200? I'm going to throw another spanner in the works there. I'm going to say GX100, which personally I prefer that's what I prefer out of all of them. And you're going to get the best of both worlds from
and
that.
it's cheaper.
Yes, it's about Well, it's cheaper than the GT1000. Good night. Thank you for your advice and great plans always. Thank you, HK. Thanks, mate. Pet says, right on with you that, Paul. Every time I feel the tone gets dull, I smile and consciously raise my cheeks. Works like a charmage. Awesome. Joe says, use booze in tonight, fellas. Yeah, we're on the booze. Sorry, mate. We might be getting a bit slurry now.
His fault.
Tony J. Dash says, man, I really appreciate that, Paul. Thank you. Anytime. Cheers, Tony. Ned says, my ex-girlfriend from 2003, 2004 was really into the Rasmus. She never really had any taste in music, though she loves Muse, and they're great. Great musicians. The last 14 years, they sound sterile. There we go. Miss McQuillan's in the house.
Hang on. It's under here somewhere. Hang on. There it is. Ta-da!
So this is what Dave's building in his workshop as we speak. Highland Plectrum Company, go and check him out. He's got a really nice store on YouTube. Oh no, on
Reverb.
On Reverb, sorry.
There we go.
Mark on the ceiling. Cool. Doesn't come into any comparison between Star Wars and Star Trek. Oh no, it's true. Ned says modulated reverbs are great. Deluxe Memory Man, yeah, loves Deluxe Memory Man, or the one that's based on it called something like Clockwork. I've got Clockwork.
Yeah, that's
which
brilliant.
Is
that's
really
brilliant.
good pedal. Yeah, that needs to dig that out. It's all my pedals are in storage.
Really?
Until the until the studio's built. I've got boxes full of pedals.
I've done quite a good tidy up job recently, and I hope you agree, because it's certainly been functional. The amp rack and switcher has done a great job today.
Uh-huh.
Now all my snare drums and pedals are on a similar kind of racking system over in the corner. That's all nice and tidy. I agree. Pedals and drums don't necessarily mix, but I was running out of space.
Apart from everything else is shit on here, but it's.
Thanks. It's because I keep saying yes to jobs. Oh, I'll do that. I'll get rid of that. I'll take that on, and then over there just ends up piled up with stuff.
You've got the most amazing studio ever. It's such a nice space.
Yep.
You've got a lot of gear that's stashed over in boxes.
Because it's not mine.
A
lot of that's not mine.
That would drive me absolutely
It's just
crazy.
it does me crazy. But when I said we had a problem with the desk at a gig the other day, and I said I'd fix it. So I brought the desk home, not a small thing in its flight case, and did the whole firmware update. It's fixed it, but now I've got a blooming great flight case in the corner of the room until that cupboard is done. Once the cupboard is done, everything will go in the cupboard.
Yeah,
it'll be tidy.
Yeah.
All the mic boxes will be all nicely on shelves and stuff, and it'll be lovely.
That'd be really nice. That'd be really nice.
There'll also be a toilet.
Well, that'd be nice.
So handy for you tonight when you need to go.
I'm literally staying on that sofa there.
Yeah. Which has currently got enough gear on it to sink a battleship.
David says, have you guys done a video that dives into the Katana 2.1 update? Yes, I've done. I did the launch for the 2.1 update. Maybe it's 2. The 2.
We've also got a great fun Katana video coming up in a couple of weeks. Katana and its great grandfather.
Oh yes, yeah. Yes. Mark on the ceiling says, for a Gretsch and a Strat rig, get a gig rig 3 to 1 helps to level match, and then you need
all you need is a third guitar.
Yeah, brilliant.
How many is the right number of guitars?
1 more.
Always 1 more.
Do you have cookies for everyone?
Sadly, no.
They're nice. Them. I don't think they're very healthy, but they're really tasty.
They're quite healthy compared to actual cookies.
Oh, there. Okay.
Yeah, they're rice cakes covered in caramel.
I'm not sure rice cakes. A Poo Ninja. These crisps are amazing.
They are rice cakes covered in caramel. They're
not healthy.
Snack Jacks.
Snack Jacks. That is
popped. Never. I read that as pooped to start with.
Pooped, never fried. Matt from Distant Sun says, hi everyone, sorry I'm late to the party, hope everyone's doing well and having a great week. And
pause a minute. I have to say a massive thank you to Matt because he reached out to me during the week and said he had made a purchase of, I think it was the SSL control surface. And he said, would you mind if I reach out to Studio Spares, who he bought it from, and said nice things about my video for them? So thank you, because I've then received feedback from Studio Spares that said someone had reached out to them saying how good the video was. So these things, it all counts. So thank you, Matt. Thank you very much.
Here we go. Victoria says, fair enough. Thanks for your answer. I feel though that a telly is better suited to accompany vocals compared to a Strat. Do you agree? I mean, I prefer.
This is to a man who loves tellies.
Telly for me is the ultimate guitar. So if you could just give me one guitar, I would always say a telly over anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just brilliant. They sound better than a Strat. Sound better than a Les Paul.
Why didn't you show the EJ Strat pick?
What? Oh yeah. Where did that go?
Show.
Okay, you might have to answer a question. I'll go and find it. Oh, that's a wrong on that thing.
So, I'm very sorry. I will stop chewing my way through this live stream. Funky Bass. I collected my new Parts Caster Telly Custom recently from the Tech. Love it. Cheaper and quicker than a custom shop order. Great. If you've got a guitar that you're absolutely in love with, competitively priced, I hate that phrase because you don't want to say cheap, then great. There's nothing wrong with a Parts Caster. I was really taken by a what was it? It was a Strat with a telly neck, wasn't it, in the last auction?
God, that's horrible. What's that?
That Strat with a telly neck in the last auction. Or was it a telly with a Strat neck? Strap with the telly neck.
Strap with the telly neck.
Oh my
a
god,
strap with
that
the telly
was
neck
good.
looks brilliant.
That was so good.
Can I just say, and this is not like, and I don't discourage anyone from buying parts casters and stuff. But as long as you realise that when you buy a parts caster, it's not going to be worth the sum of its parts.
No, unless it is to you.
You see it all the time, and everyone talks about it. But you see it all the time where people have a parts caster. They're trying to sell it for $2,000 on eBay, and it's just like, what are you doing? You're never going to sell that because no one's going to want that. So that's the only thing about parts cost. You'll end up spending a fortune on, you buy the body you want, you buy the neck you want, you buy the pickups you want, and then you go, well, I don't actually like it, so I'm going to sell it on, and then it's worth nothing.
At the last auction, I said I was going to try and buy some parts to make a parts caster.
Yeah.
The only problem was that all the parts went stupidly high.
Yeah.
I mean, really high.
Oh, the parts on their own, take the thing apart, and then I think you make more money that way than you would by selling it as a whole. There we go. Dave Allen says, I tried using S-Gear on stage with a soft switch LPD 8 MIDI switcher. I used a little table beside my guitar chair for my rig, and it worked great. You called me brave and inspired me to try. Thanks. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, it's all good.
Oh, I found that guitar, by the way.
In a minute.
Al says, anything exciting coming up in the G and H auctions at all, James? Not looked yet.
So far, the auctions are in what they call pre-sale. So there's a limited number of things that are being shown on the website. It's not the full auction listing yet. I think I was surprised how well Greg and my auction talk through show went.
Oh, did it go well?
It went really well, and we had quite a number of people with us on the day. So we'll probably do something similar again. There's quite a lot. There's clearly been there's two things I need to talk about before we do that.
Yeah.
There's clearly been quite a lot of music shop companies.
Making me feel sick, by the way.
Yeah, it's not good, is it? That have gone the way of the pair recently, because there's a lot of high-end acoustics in the auction this time.
Oh.
Like a lot of Taylors and Martins and stuff that you go, ooh. I'm not an acoustic player. I play acoustic so badly that I should probably have an acoustic far worse than the ones I do. But there are some really nice pieces in the auction already that I'm going, oh. But at the moment, we're in amp mode.
Yeah,
don't
go near that. I think you're.
No, I'm bonkers. However, I was very, very sad to hear last week that one of the loves of my life, one of my guilty pleasures, will be no more. My drum shop, Sound Attack, they've gone under. They've shut up shop. I don't know whether they've gone into liquidation or whether they've gone under or what's happened, but they've closed the doors, never to be opened again. Wow. And I was very sad by that.
That is sad.
I thought on my own I'd spend enough to keep them open for several years, but hey,
yeah.
So yeah.
What?
Show the good ladies and gentlemen the most horrid guitar I've ever seen. And this is a guitar.
I think beauty is in the eye of the beholder, isn't it? But
no, this is just hideous. I'm going to do a Mexican wave in a minute because just so to see it go. Whoa. Ready? And way.
Zoom in. Let me zoom in. What the hell is that? What is that?
That looks like someone's got a plastic guitar and melted it.
Oh God, that is so wrong. That is the most. I feel sick. I can't even look at it.
Please tell us.
And then you wonder. So this is an Eric Johnson prototype. See, this is and you wonder why Eric Johnson said, "Nah, you're all right."
That's the most vile thing I've actually ever seen.
God, it's just, there's nothing right about that.
Every fiber in my being
But
says no.
I mean, I like PRS guitars, but look at that headstock as well.
It's wrong. It's so
God,
wrong.
Everything about that is wrong.
Please, can we take it off the channel, off the string? Because I'm actually feeling physically sick.
Yeah.
And Eric Johnson is one of my absolute heroes.
Hey, don't blame him for that.
No, I'm not. But there's no way he should play that. Clearly, he didn't.
I don't think anyone should play that. It's just everything. It looks like one of those sort of bender casters. You remember
Distorter caster.
That was it.
Yep. Where it looked, the neck did that, and yet somehow it was still playable.
I don't understand anything about that either. Jeff says, for the Gretsch Strat conundrum, I would try a simple Boss EQ pedal.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Great shout. Yeah,
definitely. Got one more?
Yeah, one more.
Should the rest have the munchies? Love it. Yeah.
What was that? So and Kumar have the munchies. What was that film? No, clearly not. I think that was due to some kind of smoke-induced.
Oh, okay.
Performance reduction. But hey, we got to the end. We've survived. We haven't totally nailed the bottle of gin yet, but hey, there's still time. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Oh, hello. Al's going to go in with.
Al says, that was a couple more.
Yep.
Couple more. Because we've got a bit of time. Al says, a few of us are looking at going to the Dallas Guitar Show next year. Have you guys been? I've never been. I'd like to. I'd really like to go.
Howard and Kumar. Thank you, Funky Bass. That's the one. Yes. That's the one.
One more. Chemical P. Is that one more?
There's always one more.
There's always one more. It's true.
It's usually us.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. It's been an absolute blast, as always.
Mm-hmm.
It's been nice to have you here.
Yeah, it's been nice to be here.
Another day of cracking on with it, I think is the phrase.
Can I just say, it would have been better with snacks.
You had snacks provided by Gregoire.
I think I wouldn't call it snacks, but I think it's... Anyway, hold on, there's one more. Cheers. Cheers, Pet. Yes, it would have been better with snacks. I mean, some nice sort of quality cashews or pistachios or something, possibly. I don't know.
Brought the gin.
Well, I mean, just next time,
What sort of wuss are you?
I just think next time you should provide
Bombay mix
if you want. Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, matches sound. Thanks. Anyway, thanks guys. Hope you're well, and we'll see you next week.
We will. Paul might not because he might have internet, but who knows?
See what happens.
Take care, everyone. Have a great week. We'll see you soon.
Cheers, guys.